Let's get it.
No, we totally deserved what happened, because doesn't mean at this level, if it's a game or two, you can say that you're being lucky or unlucky. If it's 10 games, it's not about that. And if minute 87 of the game in a derby, you're winning 1-0, corner for your team, and the ball ends up in your keeper with a penalty for them, my friend, if you make these kind of stupid decisions when it's 3 minutes or 4 minutes to go, you deserve to pay for that. Of course, if you look at the game, there was only one team that could win that game, but at the end we lost. Yeah, we have to look at ourselves. It's not about we're playing so well and it's a bit unlucky. No, it's the decisions that you make. Today, the last minutes we played like under 15s, and you pay the price.
If you thought Bernardo was down on himself and the squad, wait till you hear Pep.
What I have to do, keep working, but I'm the boss, I'm the manager, and I'm not good enough.
Yeah, it's been...
What I have to do, keep working, but I'm the boss, I'm the manager, and I'm not good enough. It's as simple as that. I have to find a way to talk to them, to the training to them, to the way you have to play, the way you have to press, the way you have to build up. And I'm not good enough. I'm not doing well.
Pep is not good enough. His words. I understand where he's coming from, because for the last 6 weeks, we have said everything from this team is shit and washed to, hey, let's not get the players back, or let us get the players back before we get on them too hard. We've been on both sides. We've been trying to give grace because of Rodri size hole in the squad, understanding injuries and other positions as forced players to step up, knowing that they would never be called on in normal circumstances. We've criticized the players for not giving enough, not playing with confidence, playing scared, not caring. I could go on. Going after the players for weeks has gotten old. Do we turn our ire towards Josep Pep Guardiola? Should we start looking at Cheeky to find a new person with Viana? The rumbles are starting to happen, which means I have to ask my show bros. Pep out?
So for the listening and viewing public, Crunk does not tell us what he's gonna do in the cold open, the question. And I've been thinking about that very question like today, like on the drive home. I was like, what would I say if somebody rationally asked me, even though he just said he would come back, is it time for Pep to go? I'm gonna say no, because I feel like that's the most disrespectful outcome to the greatest manager in the club's history and one of the greatest managers in world football history, right? What I will say though is that Pep isn't my biggest culprit for the issues. So I'll leave it at that. Tom, how do you feel, sir?
Well, Dundee I guess had to jump in on this too, but no, you can't get rid of Pep. Like, as much as you may want to, like you like that's he can't go out like that. Like, that's not the way that you can have him go out. Like, it just can't happen that way. And I don't know, like, I believe in some ways that it will get fixed enough that we will qualify for Champions League next year. That honestly, I have like reset my goal. Like, that is my goal for the 2024-2025 season. Like,
Top
make
4?
sure that yep.
Okay.
Like, I don't have aspirations of winning a 5th straight Premier League. I don't have aspirations of, winning in Europe. I don't have aspirations of winning an FA Cup, We're already out of the League Cup. So yeah, just make sure you get top 4.
So as a teacher, one of the first things I learned, and this is the all fields, but they always told us about having SMART goals, right? SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And Tom laid out a very great SMART goal, because it would be a reach or stretch goal to say, hey, we're going to come back and walk Liverpool down and win the title, or we're going to go on this magical Champions League run from the playoff all the way to the final, and yada, yada, yada. That's silly. Uh, but to say, hey, we can get top 4 makes perfect sense. And it reminds me that, remember when Liverpool fell out of the Champions League that one year? Like last year, right? Like year before last, they were out of the top 4. They were 5th or 6th, whatever. They went for Europa, had a pretty good year, and they came back. And it happens, right? Like, I don't want to go out of the Champions League. I don't want to know that feeling of Europa nights. And I think the streak that the club is on is very much like, we want to be like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, where you are almost guaranteed a spot in Champions League. Like, it is heritage. And man, you for so many years before recent form. So it's like, that is the goal. And I will still get to the point where, aside from Rodri, Pep has not started his best 11 non like season injury players. Like, I think like we are still waiting for the 11, because it's either a winger out or a defender out, like Mateus Nunes played right back. And we'll get into all that. But like, you still haven't seen City at its peak. And I feel like that's the hope that keeps me going.
Yeah. We can't get him out of here, and it doesn't really matter what I guess we as fans want, but it's good to voice our thoughts and opinions. But here he was asked himself, Pep, do you regret extending?
Absolutely more than ever. I will regret now leaving now. I could not sleep. Even worse than now, then I think now I'm leaving and leave the situation. Impossible. They will sack me. That could happen if continuity. But leaving now, no chance. If my boss Khaldun is not happy with me, they can do it. But now leaving now in that position, no chance. No.
So you want to leave on top like Fergie did? Like...
No. Not even that. When I feel it's time to leave, I will leave. Not because I'm here or there. No. What we have done it. Satisfaction to do it is done. I don't have I would say, target to make me my life or my journey here or my time here completely different. Impossible. I leave tomorrow. I live in my bed. I've been the best in this club. I will never ever forget. It's not, no, I will not leave until I win another Premier League or Champions League. No. It's done. It's accomplished. The way we have played, the numbers and everything always will remain. But now in that situation, I could not live.
Hey, like it or not, he's going nowhere. It's up to everyone at the club, including our fearless bald leader, to figure out how to get themselves out of the grave that they buried themselves in, honestly. It's tough. And again, City are back in their terrible state of form. And I don't feel inspirational. Like the words of the song I watched. So no intro. I'm just going to go into the pod, but I'm going to continue with, I watched the 4 in a row documentary for the first time, and I needed that. It was a good reminder of the whole season. I mean, Ortega's stop against Son, I do not give that enough credit. I do, and that it helped me, honestly, kind of put some respect on him. I love the Doku got a little bit of love for his match against West Ham. KDB, he said the doctors told him after the surgery that his hamstring was like a wet paper towel. Like it was, and you know, the Real Madrid loss sucked, but being able to see them all kind of bounce back for the second half, you know, some things had to go right for the team. and I'm not sure if those right things happen. It'll be interesting to see if, January comes, what they do, if they do something. I mean, I have a clip that we'll play later and we'll get into it because honestly, I don't want to talk about these matches. I want to talk about these players and what we think of them. The transfer window's coming up. Obviously, I don't think there's anybody who would leave in January, but I think let's just get a little like a check-in with the club. Other than we knew what happened to the game, we can talk maybe about some of that stuff, but there's other things to talk about. Because it literally is Groundhog's Day. It's just the same shit over and over again. It's over and over again. It's just like, when does it get tired? It's just a different person who fucks up. That's all it is. Like, sure, you can blame Nunes, but it's Vardiol one time, it's Kyle Walker another time, it's Gundo another time. Like, it's just chicken pox. Fuck up. Rico. Yeah. Like, double yellow. I mean, I know he got stepped on and everything, but it's what it's like. Hey, welcome to episode 120 of Shades of Blue. World's famous. We are the most comprehensive show about Manchester City, covering both the men's and women's game, spanning both sides of the Mason-Dixon line. We making art over here, capitalize the A. I am Crunk Chocolate. I'm with the homies, my show bros, my brothers, Thom Bomb, Sharpie Charlie. How's it going?
I'm just tired. Like, this was just not a great sports weekend for me on a lot of levels. So I'm just trying to find what very little joy that I can, but it's difficult. Just Manchester City Football Club, Manchester City Women's Football Club brought me no joy this weekend, and it was rough.
The Denver Broncos are going back to the playoffs, guys, and I'm living that joy. It's been so long since I've joined the people on this pod. I've never actually been to the playoffs while the Packers have and the Chiefs. Like, I don't know that joy. I don't know that feeling. Like, I think Obama was still in office the last time we were in the playoffs.
Wow.
Or he was just on the way out. So it feels really good for me in that regard. Now, the other part of Sunday morning and, mid-afternoon was terrible. Watching your team capitulate is not fun. But the Lakers won tonight. I'm trying, like Tom said, you try to find the sources of joy. And I think Crunk, what you were talking about, I said this before, episodes ago, seasons ago, we are so spoiled as a supporter group. Like, we only know trophies. Like, that is so crazy to think about, how almost every single year that Pep's, we won at least one trophy. Like, never worse than third under Pep in Premier League. Like, it's just the levels that we reach, you become spoiled by greatness. And so to almost have those powers kind of taken away and have to bounce back, like, people forget the beauty of sports is like the comeback story. We do it every season, but obviously it's never this bad. But it's like, it's still December. And until, the fat lady sings, again, I don't want to fat shame, just a quote. Until the fat lady sings, like, I still got to have hope. Like, I got to live in hope. The next match is the next match. And, the game's the game, man. Fuck it. Ball up top.
And I have clips that will be played when cued by my show bros, and you have done the first.
Really, because we are used to, maybe we lose 7 games, 8 games in one season or in 2 seasons, and now we play with 1 month, a month and a half. So normally they are sad, but they know that this group of players have made an era and 8, 9, 10 years that no one has done, and the numbers, the records, and no negative ones, but the positive ones they have done, this group of players, only I encourage them to support them until the end because they deserve it. So
Yeah, man. We love you guys, City, till we die. This is a phrase for a fucking reason.
I mean, he's not wrong. Like, we are spoiled. Like, and like as someone who is speaking from a very high level of sports privilege, and I will acknowledge that. Like, yeah, we're really fucking spoiled. Like, um, 6 Premier League trophies since Pep has been here. Won the Champions League finally, got over that hump. Um, FA Cups,
Carabaos.
don't care
We've
about
won
cup.
everything. Every single
Correct.
trophy you can win
Club,
as a male
Club World
football club,
Cup.
we've won it.
Yeah.
We done did it all, like Jesus said, right? We done it all. And at some point, like, everybody has the right to be mad, right? And like, you can read people go off on tangents and tweets and, you know, threads and all this shit, but it's like how you deal with failure, I think, defines you. And that's just life. Like, life is a lot of failure. So it's just like, or disappointment. So like, how do you bounce back? And again, I started off with saying the Broncos went to the playoffs. Now, have I always been a Broncos fan? Yes. Was I as exuberant of a fan the last few seasons? No, because we sucked. So therefore, I'm still a fan. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm going to go become a Chiefs fan. God, no. But you just kind of got to fall back a little bit. You got to let the club or the team win you back. And that's my advice to people as someone who's been a Lakers fan and a Broncos fan all my life. There are going to be down periods, and then there's going to be great periods. So when it's down, stay supportive, be upset, call out some people, but you know, just know they're going to get you back. They always do. They always do.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're the Tottenham Spurs or the Cleveland Browns
That part.
or Washington Wizards. There we go.
Whoa. That might be like Southampton. Because if the Wizards could get relegated, they would.
Absolutely. I would love to see them in the G League. That would I'm not even sure that they would win.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Keep going, Crunk. Keep going.
In today's episode, we will start with our Manchester City women's segment, Baby Blue Baddies, where we will discuss the new sporting director, injuries, problems really weren't a problem against St. Polten, but against Everton, it got real scary. So we'll talk about that. And then Barcelona, all good, but that's the last match of the season. So, or for the of the year of 2024. City men. Sure. There were games played, but I have just random clips that I would like to, that, like I said, we'll play whenever somebody triggers something.
Dan
And
said there were game matches played.
when I don't know how.
Hey, Crunk's like disposition right now. Like, fuck them games.
Like it's here.
We're not here for any recap.
What do we talk about? Like, what is there to talk about? It's all the same stuff. We're doing good. Players are looking decent, and then all of a sudden they capitulate. Or I say they shit themselves. It's just like
Would you call it silly steak? It's a whole lot of silly steak out here.
yes, all silly steak, man. Ooh. Tomahawk T-bones, just like giant for each of them. All of you, fuck it. We're Saudi owned. We can afford it. All you guys get T-bone silly T-Rex. Oh, see, I can't even push it. I don't care. This is me trying to put energy, and it's just like this is what you guys have done to me, City. I love you, but y'all have just like knifed my tire. That is my heart. Anyway,
It's like they took the battery out of every single, one single battery out of every remote in your house.
That's exactly what they did.
One single battery.
I almost spit water on my MacBook, Tom. Oh my god. That's so like childish.
I mean, yes, because that's what it is. Like, it's just childishness.
No, we
I
got.
mean,
Oh,
you
I'm,
heard.
I'm, I'm fucking up the show. I'm done. Because,
No.
like, Crunk, do you remember that moment? Y'all remember the moment when you watched Mateus Nunes make that back pass and saw how slow it was?
Yes.
And I just know, like, I was like, this is not going to end well. Because my first thought was Eddie's going to get him. It's going to be a pin.
Yes.
And then I saw Mateus charging back. I said, oh God, he's going to foul him. Like that man is not a defender. He was not about to chop his steps and get in position. That is a midfielder who knows how to crash into people when he's done in the open field. That is not a man who defends in the box, like out of position because of injury and stuff. Like it really is a thing. It's a skill set thing. It's a skill deficit, not an effort thing, not a competition thing. Like I want to. That man just doesn't know how to be a defender because he's not in that position. God knows, like. He wouldn't like Rico Lewis wouldn't do that. Rico would get close. He's not, obviously not even fast enough. He probably wouldn't even got there. Bless his little heart, little tiny heart. But Kyle Walker, Akanji, like they're not going to go that hard into the tackle. They're going to try to shield him out and like body him. And because Mateus Nunes is so much bigger than Diallo, he just didn't think. And so it's just like watching, for lack of a better phrase of 2024, watching somebody crash out in the moment because they're just in an unfamiliar position is really sad. And I think that's where it comes. It's like I felt so, like he was on the ground. Like I felt for him in that moment.
Yeah,
I saw John Stones instantly because he was about to check in and try to solidify things. At least keep the 1-0. And the way John Stones just went, oh my God, it's happening again. Hell, there's a whole lot of Cobra arms, because it's like, how does this keep happening? Like it is like the worst spell. It's like some mythical, WandaVision shit where like there's just a spell over a city right now, both sides. Same city, same passion. Like we just got to get out of this funk. I need the light turned back on. Where's Tiana? Where's she at? Where's Tiana Paris? Because I need some black woman magic right now. Because this is hard, man. My heart went out for him because it was so preventable. You could have kicked the ball out of bounds. We probably would have won the match. He kicks that ball out of bounds, and we're probably good. But just because of that, not being able to bounce back from it, it's just like, well. Same shit, different day.
Yep.
And I was at Moonlight Studios Man City sponsored event. It was amazing. Went with the homie Jake of 50 Plus Donor. I told him, hey, the last like 10 minutes of the match, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go pace over there. He was like, are you serious? And this was before the match. And it was like the 79th minute. I was just like, okay, I'm going to go over to this corner and start pacing. And I do. I have my scarf around like my head. I'm doing like the Regina Hall. and like legit, that's exactly when it happens. That's when the back pass happens. And I was like, I knew it. This is why I came over here, because I needed space. I was surrounded because they already had the seats kind of like smushed in. I already were cussing. It was kids there. Oh my gosh. And this complete side note, after the match ends, they have already programmed what's going to play and all that other stuff. So they just play these dance tracks of the city chants. Well, the match ends and we're all sad, but it's like, and one more. So just like,
we've got to read the room, City. You've got to read the room. Just cut on some Oasis and just let it out. Let people get their feelings out.
What
Little
I will
James
say,
Blake baby.
Right? I did dance. I tried to like keep energy up because I mean it's all you really can do. It's so fucking silly. It's all
you tried to Shondaland dance it out.
Yeah, it's like the dance to keep from crying.
Didn't it happen in Grace? Like, I feel like that's a Grace scene, right? With Mary.
Oh yeah, it is. It absolutely
yeah.
is a Grace scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Grace scene. It's a scandal scene. It's a How to Get Away with Murder scene. I mean, I'm not really into Bridgerton, but I've seen a couple of episodes, and like They be dancing it out there too. So
Got to. Because the one thing a black woman gonna do, a black woman's gonna dance through the hurt. Look at Mary J. Blige's catalog, people. That is literally all I heard my whole life growing up. Was no more pain, no more drama. Like
listen.
hateration or hell holleration.
Why do you think that Beyonce made Church Girls? There it is, right there.
Amen. I've been up, I've been down. Had to move mountains. Like it's real life out here. That's where we are. We need to get into our Mary J. Blige bag. We should start like naming episodes after Mary J. Blige songs. Like every time we don't get a win.
Well, clearly she has enough albums. The way
She
that
has
works.
so many songs are about pain and strife. It could be perfect. And white people will be like, what the fuck is this? What have to do with city?
First one, your own flesh and blood.
She said it's your child.
And it really messed me up. How could you deny your own flesh and blood?
Oh my god! Gotta tap into my '90s R&B bag right now, or just random '90s R&B songs about sadness, bro. Ooh.
No,
I feel like down the like, what's that man? Mario Wana said, "I don't want to know if you're playing me, keep it on the low." Like, I don't want to know City score. If you're losing, keep it on the low. I don't want to know anymore. Turning off all notifications. I don't care. I was checking my own convenience. You would not steal my joy. Yes, the match is on. Am I watching it?
No.
Are they playing it?
Not.
Yeah, they over there. Yep. This is where I get real across the pond energy. I'm an American. I'm focused on America.
Right.
What y'all do over there in that little ass country? You do what you want. All right, country the size of Texas. Go over there and do that.
Okay. Baby Blue Baddies.
I'm sorry.
Let's go. I do have a little bit on Theresa Sjogren before we get into these matches. Her first interview that's available on mancity.com. Before I play this clip, I want to let people know a little bit about her because she's pretty badass, actually. For people who might not know, as a player, she did most of her career with Malmo, stayed at the club for, I believe, is about 12 seasons. She didn't win her first Damallsvenskan championship until she was 33 in 2010. That was also Malmo's first title since 1994. She won Sweden's best female midfielder in 2007 and in 2008, along with the Diamant Bolin, which is the best female footballer. She won that in 2007. And nationally, she did 214 appearances for the Sweden national team, which is tied for joint most European caps by a footballer with Birgit Prinz. And the last 9 years, she has spent as the sporting director at FC Rosengard, where she helped them win the league in 2015, 2019, 2021, and 2022. Then won their version of the League Cup, the Svenska Kupa. They won that in the 2016-17, 2017-18, and then the 2021-22 seasons. So, yeah, you can hear her full 10-minute interview again on mancity.com. But here is just kind of the best parts of it.
It's been a long process from when
feel to finally be here at the club.
Yeah, I'm really happy, of course. It's been a long process from when I got the opportunity to come here. So, I arrived 2 days ago. It's been a lot, but happy to be here. to be able to come here and to build something, to have an impact on a club like this, it's of course very big for me. I think the ambition of the club and also the women's program, it feels like it's done very properly, and the goals that the club have in the next 5 years. For me, it's all about winning, and it's the same for Manchester City. So I think it's a perfect fit. And I mean, the team is amazing. So yeah, for me, it was very easy decision. So for me to be here now, and the club has so high expectations and goals, it's for me perfect because I love the pressure. I'd rather be at a place where you feel the pressure and than be at a club and you know you can win. So I think I'm at the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You
she
love that
says all the
mindset. That's all.
yeah, she's saying all the right things. Like, came in with the right mindset, right mentality. Like, she's looking for the challenge. She wants, she knows that this is going to be difficult, and she also knows that like this is probably her best chance to make noise in European competitions, with a legitimate big name club. And I am interested to see what the transition will be and how well. Like, I think we have seen the results of Niels Nilsson working together with Gareth Taylor, and how that relationship worked, bringing in the types of players that they did. And I am interested to see what types of players that Theresa will want to bring in, and how that aligns with what Gareth Taylor's vision for the team is.
She said she was going to bring in players in the winter too. I mean, Gareth also said that he wouldn't mind players in the winter.
Well, if you look at the injury list,
you
might want to do that.
Nigga. Like, you got to, like, ain't no choice, bro. We got children on the bench. It's a whole lot of kids. And I think like that's the biggest thing that stood out to me. It's like, and it's not, you can't blame people for not having squads of 28. Then you look like Chelsea men, and then you get all the negative stuff. Like, when all the injuries hit at once, and it's people that are in your normal 11 or your first 5 subs, it really throws you off. And it's somewhat insurmountable. You can have all the will and desire and tactics, but if you ain't got the talent, man, you know, you can only do so much. So yeah, I hope so.
I mean, Charlie, you said it a couple episodes ago. Health is wealth, and right now, we got some overdraft fees on our.
Oh, that is a trigger from a impoverished life years ago. Oh my god. Oh, that $35 shit. Like, goddamn, Lord, what more can I do?
What
I can't
happened?
take anymore.
What is this?
I don't have money. How are you charging me more
money for not having money? I don't understand how this works.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like,
oh God.
You kind of heard it when in Gareth's press conference before the St. Polten match, where he was talking about Bunny Shaw's health. He was talking about Jill Roard's, or no, not, but Lauren Hem's health, Jill Roard's health, Viv Miedema's health, Laia Alexandri not exactly being 90 minutes fit. Naomi Lazelle still being out. So I believe he said something like, I wouldn't exactly call us the walking wounded, but we are welcoming the winter break. I was like, yes, we got these 3 matches before the winter break. And then, oh Lord, and then, so I guess we got to dive into the St. Polten match from a few days ago. So, result, it is whatever, 2-0. Like, you're still on top of the group, still have a chance to win the group. You've already qualified. That stated, like, I mean, they put a pretty strong lineup out there. Like, you can tell that Gareth is doing everything that he can in his powers that he can avoid. Like, they won't put us against Chelsea because they're never going to put like two teams from the same country like in the quarterfinals against each other. But you can tell he's like trying to definitely get the first place by who he started, and making sure he can avoid Lyon like that. I think that that's probably the biggest, most important thing. Like, you don't have to avoid Barca because Barca's already in your group, so they're not going to put you in the same group. And if you think about it, like, if Bayern wins, like, do they scare you necessarily? Not as much as a Lyon does. So yeah, you're doing everything that you can to avoid them. So you start as strong a lineup as you can, knowing that the literally in training after Gareth gave that press conference, Bunny Shaw comes up with a mysterious lower left or lower leg injury, and you're like, huh, what? You uh, I'm sorry, say that again. Bunny Shaw, so the lineup was a little bit different than normal. Um, as far as the attack goes, Yamashita started in goal. Kirsten Kasparai, Alana Kennedy, Alex Greenwood, Layla Wahhabi was your back line. Midfield, Yui Hasegawa, Jess Park, Laura Blinkilde Brown. And then up top, you had Aba Fujino, Mary Fowler, and Lily Murphy, one of those children that that Charlie mentioned. Um, and the game is relatively even for the first 30 minutes. City had a couple of chances. They dominated possession, but didn't really look threatening. And you're beginning to see like, oh, like Bunny is missed. It's like, yeah, like you generally do miss a 6-foot striker in the women's game. Um, and then in the 32nd minute, we have a really careless giveaway in the midfield. Alex Greenwood comes to make a challenge on it. And in the moment, it appeared that it was knee to knee contact. However, when she went down, she immediately signaled to the bench, hey, y'all need to come get me. Like, I'm not right. And Charlie, I think you said it at the list in the list stream last week. When a women's player goes down in world football, like, that's not generally to get a card. That is generally like, yo, I'm hurt. Like, I am for real seriously hurt. They stretchered her off. Like, she did not walk off under her own power. Like, that's not great. um, so then you have Laya Alexandri, who we, already established is not 90 minutes fit, alongside a back in Alana Kennedy, which she doesn't have the greatest chemistry with, I guess. Like, you can tell that Greenwood knows what to do when she plays alongside Kennedy, and you know that Greenwood knows what to do when she plays alongside Alessandri. And I don't know that Alessandri and Kennedy really know how to play off of each other. That wasn't necessarily something that like hurt us in this match. But I do think a lot of that was talent level. I think I said on the lit stream it was a professional win. Essentially, like, you scored the same goal twice within 12 minutes of each other. Congratulations for Lily Murphy. Your first City senior goal is in Champions League. That's pretty dope to say. She scored in the 55th minute off of a assist from Aba Fujino on the right hand side. That ended up just being a tap in at the end. 12 minutes later, she did it again, and this time Kirsten Kasparai was running into the box, and she tapped it in. Makes it 2-0. Able to really kill off the game. There's like St. Polten never really looked dangerous like they did at home against us. Um, you take your win, you take your 3 points, and you get the chance to go to Barcelona, right? So now You go into.
Hold on. I actually have Lily Murphy.
Yeah, really high. I'm buzzing to get a goal and get a player of the match. Like, it's a surreal feeling. Yeah, it don't feel real. Like, it's actually crazy, but yeah, it's so proud moment for me and my family. I think I seen her get on the ball, so I thought I want to get in there, try and score, and thankfully I got on the end of it, so yeah, I'm buzzing. Yeah, I just stared at the goal. I thought, I just need to pass it in, like, don't mess this up. It's been crazy. It's so proud. This is my childhood club, so it's so special to do it here.
And
Great
then,
accent.
right?
Top Ben's accent for certain.
And before you get into the Everton match, I have Gaz two things: his thoughts on the season, and he actually Sharpie said something and almost was like, that technically triggers the soundbite, but I figured I'd wait until now. And then also he was asked about Aoba. So this is his thoughts on the season.
I don't think this season we've probably been able to pick kind of from a full squad at any moment. I think at the beginning of the season, you look at even some of the players who were in the lineup, likes of Viv, likes of Lauren, likes of Bunny. We still couldn't call on Jill for various reasons. So we've never been able to kind of go like full quota. And I don't think coaches usually get that luxury very often. So one thing I will say that what it has brought is obviously opportunity for others. I think the players, in terms of how they've adapted to playing in different positions, has been really good. And 16 games in total, 14 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat is pretty incredible, particularly with the low depth that we've had at times. I have to give full credit to the girls in the way they've adapted and got the job done. So I think it's been really impressive.
Yeah. St. Polten had 4 more players on their bench than we did. Well, you're muted.
It wasn't like the Everton match was that much better. I'm sorry. We actually did have more players on our bench than Everton did, but Everton is also Everton has already lost 3 players to season-ending knee injuries. And that happened in the first month of the season. So, as a general rule, they probably aren't going to have a real deep bench. And it's Everton, so they can't sign nobody. They
don't have the money. They know
they ain't got no money, right? Exactly. So, I guess let's get into the Everton match because oh my god, so the back line that you saw the last 60 minutes of the St. Polten match is the same back line. Kiara Keating started in goal this match. Midfield, Yui Hasagawa, Jill Roard, Laura Blinkilde Brown. Gareth decided because it was a league match that he was not going to play, that he was not going to start the children. So he played Jess Park on the wing and Mary Fowler up top with Alba Fagino on the left wing. And it also seemed like, I don't know if he was trying something different, but it seemed like Jill Roard was sitting alongside Yui Hasagawa a lot more and letting Laura Blinkilde Brown pull the strings, which seemed like an odd mix. That is not my preference. If you're going to put the 3 players in the midfield and you're going to play a double pivot, I would probably put Laura Blinkilde Brown there. And I also know that Everton squad is a little bit taller, particularly in their attack. So I do get the thought of let's give Yui some cover in the midfield and play Jill Roard with her. I don't love it. But.
I just want to say this might be the only call it an issue, but yeah, an issue I have with guys' lineup is that with the injuries we have, I feel like this is the match where you could start Chloe Kelly. Like you could have kept Bakunde bound on the bench, let Part be in her natural 10, and then have Kelly outright. Like I think like that would have. Now, does it change the defense? No, right? But at least I think you have a veteran player out there. So that would be my only criticism of the lineup with players available.
I think in the St. Polten match, if we saw the squad missing Bunny Shaw, in the Everton match, this is where you saw missing Alex Greenwood. Just like I was saying before, like Greenwood and Alexandri don't have necessarily that chemistry together. And I don't think that if you noticed Everton's press, they never pressed Alexandri, like ever. So like it was like one of those things like I have the ball. I don't know what I'm about to do with the ball, but I got it, and I guess I'm gonna come up field. And so like once she got sucked into the midfield, they were like basically trapping Yui and trapping Jill Roard. So like if she did pass into the midfield, it was a break the other way, and you saw that a couple of times. And I'm not saying that Alex Greenwood is a track star by any stretch of the imagination. And I will also say the sense of, especially with this, how high Kirsten Kasparai and Layla Wahhabi were playing, especially Kirsten Kasparai, you got the sense of like, oh, we don't have defensive team speed, like at all. And you saw that by the number of times that Everton got out onto the break. And like, you guys, Everton is not a good team. Like, I think on the 12th WSL, please watch and listen to the 12 wherever you get your fine podcasts. We've talked about how because of those early season injuries, we were not sure how Everton was going to score. In the league, Everton has scored 4 goals prior to today.
Oh,
Or
no.
excuse me, prior to yesterday. Yes. They had scored 4 goals. So basically we gave them 2 of the goals that they scored out of the 6 of their season.
33% of their goals were scored against us, y'all. 33.33%. That is who we are.
Thank you for coming through for the math. Like, but yeah, that's it. Like that's it. The first goal, like that Lucy Hope scored, I guess there was some sort of misunderstanding between Kennedy and Kasparai, and you would have thought that Kiara Keating would have came more for the ball. However, she wasn't sure that the other player that was on Kennedy's other shoulder was offside, which she was by like 3 yards, and Kiara Keating didn't know that. So she has to at least shade towards her. And so when the ball comes into Lucy Hope, like her reaction time is limited at best. Maybe a taller keeper gets to that. I'm not going to say that Yamashita necessarily gets to that, but like the defense didn't put whoever the goalkeeper was going to be did not put they did not put the keeper in a good place. And then essentially like you see Tony Payne get out on the break, and you see another break that leads to another goal. Kirsten Kasparai deflects the ball, which I'm fairly certain was going towards the far post, which is why Kiara Keating was so slow to get down, because when the ball initially leaves the player's foot, like I thought it was like, oh yeah, like once it leaves Hayashi's foot, it's like, oh yeah, it's going far post. I need to go far post, but it comes back off of Kirsten Kasparai's shin essentially, and goes in near post, and it's 2-0. And and then like Everton gets to do what they want to do best. Like at this point, like they've done all of the scoring that they're about to do. Again, they've scored 33% of their goals. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if there is one thing that Everton as a club knows how to do, it's park the bus. Yeah, I mean, you can ask Mikel Arteta about that. So,
pain.
And then you start to see like oh, this is where we miss Bunny because we couldn't really create any chances. I believe Lily Murphy was subbed in the 42nd minute.
And she was cooking.
6 minutes,
she was trying. She was really trying her hardest, and I really loved seeing that of her. And even in the match, yeah, she just is an aggressive. Like she knows she has her speed. She did a interview when she signed her contract, and that's basically what she was like. She's like, "Yeah, I know I'm fast, and that's what I've been working on my finishing." Chloe Kelly has been helping me with a lot as well, and so I thought that was very interesting. I was like, "But that's very cool of her," and yeah, she did decent. Alexandri, I'm a little worried about it because if you're supposedly, isn't she? Wait, is she the one who's yeah, she's potentially gonna leave us for Barca, and it's just like I'm not really seeing that. I'm not seeing Barca at the moment, and you girl.
If you've seen Barca's defenders, they're not great. Like so, and like she already fits what they want to do anyway. I'm fairly certain she's a La Masia product anyway. So
I'm just like because hopefully we can keep her because I don't want her to go.
I don't want
Crunk
her to
is
go
actively
either.
trying to devalue her. He's trying to say like, nah, like she's not that good. Like she ain't got it, y'all. Y'all don't even want her for real. Like,
double agent
don't even bother with her work. Big time CIA agent right now. Oh, what are you talking about? Liar. More like loser. Like.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I think we all know the center back that we would want to sign if we could. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
Is she an American that plays in California?
She's an American who needs to escape Southern California is what because if the rumors are true, replacing Casey Stoney for a man who several WSL coaches who have actively shitted on since he has been parted ways with Arsenal.
It looks so much better. It's a whole new club. The players are happy.
That's a choice. That is a choice.
We need an American on both city quad. Get us Jedi, get us Gurma. Watch us all cook.
Perfect. See, I love this.
American defense. Oh my God, it's like World War II all over again.
Yes, exactly.
Coming in. Yeah, coming in with all the big guns. What we do?
We'll be up singing over there. Oh, I guess
that was for you toasting. That was for toasting right there.
Oh my gosh.
So next matchup is, as Crunk said, Barcelona. They are not going to play this at the Camp Nou, but they are going to play at their Olympic Stadium, which is going to probably house 56,000 players. I am interested to see what squad Gareth picks. Everything tells me that Chloe Kelly should start this match. And everything about Gareth team selection tells me that she will be on the bench. She will start.
Dog. Like, I don't even blame Chloe Kelly as like a Gen Z or like, nah, I'm done with this job. I'm walking off. Like those TikToks, I'm not working no more. For what?
I'll
can't
pay
even
it
do my
back.
job.
Here.
You got it. I don't even need the money, bro. I got this endorsement deal from Nike. I'm good. Bye. Like, Garrett, stop disrespecting her, man. It's crazy. Like, it's so wild at this point. Just let her play. There's nothing worse that can happen.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Like putting this on the wing it's brutal. She wants to be in the match. She wants to be in the mess, and putting her so far away from everything, that's just a waste of her talent.
And Blinkilde Brown is not the type of player that is going to pull string. Like, she's not gonna like ping those passes or slide those passes through the way that Jess Park can. And okay, if you want a second runner into the box, then why didn't you just put Jill Roord at the 10 and not have her like, I don't get it. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So it's all just very frustrating. Barcelona's next. Based off of our injury report, like, Barcelona,
if they score less than 4, it's a win, bro. Like, if they don't hit 4,
yes,
3-0
like,
feels like a 1-0 victory. Like, it could get real ugly in Spain. It get real ugly, like an episode of Money Heist. It could get real disgustingly gory. I'm
They're
nervous.
just talking shit and basically recruiting Alexandria the entire time while they're down. They're just like, hey, if you're over here, you wouldn't have to be going through this right now.
Right.
It's not
like, I will say, their last match, they only won 1-0 against Valencia, who's bottom of the table, which is oddly enough. And they did not play their A squad in that match. They didn't play Brutes. They didn't play they didn't play their Champions League squad, basically. So I have a feeling that we're about to see their Champions League squad, and it's not going to be nothing nice, y'all. So get ready for it. We're about to probably end 2024 on a low note. Like,
I just want to say a Spanish phrase, Tom. Ven a casa. That means come home. I feel like Lyle Alexander is going to hear that a lot on the pitch. Ven a casa, Lyle. Ven a casa. Just come home. No more rain for you. Come get the sunshine, girl.
That's what a lot of it's going to be. And obviously, you know, Layla Wahhabi's going to hear a lot of, why did you leave? You left us for this? Like, and it's probably not going to end up great for us, not going to lie. Charlie, you said a 3-0
Can we
victory
nick a goal?
I
don't think so. I don't see how. I don't see who scores. I don't know how.
I mean, like, yeah, right, because I don't see us having more than 30% of the ball. That's part of the biggest problem. Like, you know, even when we beat them earlier this season, we barely had 35% of the ball. Like, and they're going to be at home. It's going to be a huge crowd. It's looking ugly. Like, I think it's just like, let's get to winter break and let's get everybody healthy. Let's just, go home, celebrate your winter holiday of your choice. Go home, get some rest, get in the hot tub, get in the ice bath, whatever you got to do. Just come back in January healthy, because we're going to have the FA Cup when we come back, and that is a competition we should be interested in winning. Speaking of other competitions, the draw for the Subway Women's League Cup. So we're literally about to have the footlong trophy. Or what was it? The cold cut combo cup. Formerly known as the Conti Cup. We will be playing the Manchester Derby as the three teams that went to Champions League did not have to play in the group stage, and I think it was based off of no, it was a draw. So our options were Durham, Spurs, Brighton,
Arsenal.
No, Arsenal couldn't because they had already went. They wouldn't have paired us together, I don't think.
I mean, we will face I guess in this part, but for the semis, we face the winner, Brighton versus Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. It was
I would have much rather had Durham, naturally, or West Ham. I would have taken. That would have been great. Obviously, Manchester Derby. Especially with I know it's time. The players may be back. I don't know. I don't want to lose another derby. I don't want to do that.
I mean, that man said that no one cares about his women's team. So, who knows? Maybe we shouldn't either. So I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to lose a derby. That sucks. Trust me. We just experienced that on the other side.
Yeah. Speaking on that, I mean, anything else on?
Nope. That's it. That's all I got.
I didn't play that part on Gaz on Fujino. So
Alba is firstly incredible human to work with. I think she's a great girl in a sense of wants to do well, is very humble, very respectful. Has obviously been really helped. All of the Japanese girls have been helped by us recruiting. 3 in the summer, obviously helped Yui. Theresa being here as well. Unfortunately, we're missing her at the moment, and when we do get her back, we know that we're going to get a very good player who's going to help the team a lot. So yeah, with Alba, we've been really impressed with her. I think you can see she's a top talent, and her play from all the way up to the edge of the box has been probably one of the best that we've seen in the WSL. Obviously, the final action for all forward players is going to be what they hang their hat on, and I think what we're starting to see now is really good capabilities from Alba. Really pleased for her last night. She's got 2 assists because she's really quite hard on herself. But I think she gave, without giving the assists at the weekend against Leicester, the same level of performance. I thought her performance against Leicester was really good. In her mind, she'll see last night being better because she wants to score, she wants to assist. So yeah, you're working with someone who's really hungry to grow and improve and get better. And yeah, I think we've got a fabulous talent on our hands.
For people who are listening to this, when Gareth says Riza, Sharpie and Tom both go, we forgot about her. We didn't even mention her.
No,
like the
she
arms
has
just
never
go up.
put on the shirt. Like the right back, a defender. Who knew we could use one of those? Like, bro, I told you, this is WandaVision. We are under a cloud. This is a dark time. I feel like I'm in a different, like, small little world of injuries. So many fucking injuries. We could build a 5-a-side team for both men and women.
The worst part about it is, like, before she got injured in that Olympic match against Spain, like, she shut Mariona Caldente down, and like Mariona Caldente is huge. Like, she might not have made the impact on Arsenal that she does when she plays for country, but she is big for country. And the fact that, like, literally as soon as Shimizu went down, like Caldente was like, oh well, your food. Like, you're clearly not as good as her, and like started immediately cooking. Oh, that was so rough. Oh, that was so rough.
All
A
right, man. Let's go
harbinger
to the
of
other
things
injured
to
quote.
come.
This is stupid. I'm so irritated now. That really pissed me off, Crunk.
Sorry,
Because
Frank.
some things you forget in life, and that it's that you let it go. You don't even come
Very
back to it. That's a trigger.
I
yeah.
was I was just watching an episode of And Just Like That, and I think Miranda goes like, "Oh, I repressed it immediately after it happened," and I was like, "Oh, that I repressed Risa Shimitsu's injury immediately after it happened."
I don't know her short number because I've never seen it. So therefore, she does not exist to me until you brought her back in my life. So thanks, Crunk. This is what you get. You get your content out of this. You get your reactions. You get everything you want because you like to be a little mad scientist out here, fucking Geppetto, and I feel like Pinocchio out here dancing. Like,
I love it. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want to talk about the matches, so I was like, "Hey,
I
I'm
know
just
you
gonna
don't. That's the funny part.
I'm just gonna get all these clips, and we can talk about the things that happen in the matches, but lead to bigger conversations, and also I can hopefully trigger a showbro into reacting in a very entertaining way, and then
Crash out nightly.
and also just all this pain that City is giving us, it's turning into just great art. This is a wonderful episode. My show bros, y'all are cooking. I appreciate y'all.
Let's get to the men.
Oh my gosh. The Man City sponsored event that I went to, it was at the place called Moonlight Studio. So I felt very good about the situation. It was very cool. There was like chandeliers, giant stage, the Club World Cup, the Premier League trophy, and the FA Cup was there. That was pretty cool. Sean Wright Phillips talked. Casey, she was just signed to Man City's E team. She's from Chicago. She hosted the event. She was fantastic. Got a photo with her, nice little chat with her. So that was pretty cool. Brought the homie Jake with. That was very nice. The moment I registered, and I messaged him, I was like, "Hey, you're coming to this match with me," and I'm pretty sure he just asked why. But like a good friend, he showed up. And it was super early for him. His alarm went off when we were like walking in. He's like, "Now is when I should actually be waking up." So shout out to him. I appreciate him for everything. Space was great. They had the stage where the players had their boots. Like there was a boot wall as well. I was able to take the pictures with the trophies for poses. I'll post those on social. I guess I haven't even done that. But that was post match. So everybody's just like sad standing in the line waiting to take pictures with the trophy. So we're all just kind of like sad and mumbling. And shout out to Selma. She was also there. So got to hang out with her, and we just basically, I legitimately danced the sad away. Talked to Sean Wright Phillips just generally about him. And while we waited in line to take pictures with the trophy, we just talked about everything. It was great. The only thing I would have made it better is if I had a beer in my hand. I was not aware that it was a BYOB event. I thought they would be selling stuff. That I was not the only person who thought that. But hey,
No Asahi, what? That's
yeah,
crazy.
right. So I mean, it was good because technically I did have to drive home, so I wouldn't have to stay any longer. That's exactly what I did. I just hopped right in the car and sped home. Wow. But it was
you had that one of them angry drives home
where I apparently would turn off cruise control and I was just gunning the pedal like totally. I would just look down at the speed and I was just like, I'm just flying past people. They were also, whenever there was a car that would drive faster than me, the pace car, I would find, hop behind them, go like 5 miles per hour, a little bit slower than them and just coast behind them. Hey, if They're gonna get pulled over before me. That's how that works.
That angry drive is no joke, but at least you knew to not be the pace car.
Yeah.
And not get the ticket.
Yeah, I got, normally it's like a 2.5 hour drive, and I'm pretty sure it was like maybe an hour and 50 minutes, hour and 45. I got home fast. It was beautiful. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was supposed to do an ad read in the first 15 minutes of the episode. I messed up again. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to record something tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I got a recording tomorrow. We're good. Sorry. Sorry.
If we're gonna talk about, I shout out to the Kansas citizens. Met up with them at the Press Penny. Shout out to Kevin, Robert, Jamie, all the homies that slid through. I was already mad because I went to a party Saturday night where I drank some terrible liquor. Like, it was just really bad, and like I didn't know it was bad. And so like woke up hungover, watched the women's match, already mad. So I'm like in the bar, like let me just angry drink this Bloody Mary, and watching the match, just like thinking like, yeah, this is great. For the first, 80 minutes, 75 minutes of the match, like, we're definitely going to win. We just have we're looking good. My Croatian nephew scored a goal. Just all good things happening, right? And then I swear to you, it was like the moment that the NFL kicked off all of their like first round of games. They put the Chiefs game on in the bar too, and so like everybody's like attention was split like between the football game and the football match. So it was like you're kind of doing one of these things, like, okay, well they're stopping, they haven't snapped the ball yet. It's like, okay, oh well, this is just a goal kick. So, and Ederson hasn't kicked the ball yet. So so you're just kind of doing one of these things. The penalty was ridiculous. Like we all kind of like saw it coming. Like, I think the first initial reaction of everybody in the bar was laughter. Like, like one of those like, oh, I got to laugh to keep through the pain. And then like the dejectedness of the Diallo goal, just like, oof.
Especially because the way that it was a good go. Like, bro, you're too young to be doing some shit like that. Like, that was some shit.
Well, I mean, I also like, I didn't really understand like why Ederson came out the way that he did. Like, it was, I think we like in so many ways that match reminded me of the 3-3 Champions League match. Because it was like, oh, like we just switched off.
Yeah,
like
you reacted.
Yeah, like, it was like, oh well, like we got this in the bag. And then like at the 75th minute, a switch flipped. It was like, no, we are like, it wasn't even the 75th, it was the 85th minute, like a switch flipped. It was like, oh no, we're not serious about this match anymore. Like we are not concentrating, like no one really knows what they're doing. And yeah.
So I have this Pep kind of triggers this. Pep was basically just talking about winning multiple matches.
Right now, no, I'm thinking, I said many times last days, we are not in the position when you have the results the last 7-8 games to talk about win games and win games in plural. So we have to win game and not to see what happens in the next one.
In plural, so we have to win game.
Oh, I love that phrase now. Win game. Win the game. That's it.
Win
Simple
the
goal.
game.
Win game.
That's so disrespectful. Like, I mean, but at this
Looking
point,
ahead is
like,
crazy.
what else can Pep say at this point other than win game?
Win game. And also, yeah, just overall the general conversations that have been going around on it. Is the team's confidence is gone. Because what's happening? What else could happen in those? I mean, other than a freakish pass and then Ederson.
Listen, confidence in a game is when you have 1 or 2 or 3 actions in one game, and the actions are good. You have the confidence. Confidence is not, you have to have confidence. It's not about that. Is I have an action, defensive, offensive, I win that duel, I had the ball, simple things, 2 or 3 simple things, I do it. I have the confidence. So at the end, the people believe it's so difficult. No, it's not difficult. You have to do the simple things, go to you lose the ball, come back, in the simple things to do it. I don't ask the actions from Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. I don't ask these kind of actions. They are unique. They have to do what they are good. And it is from here, even is in the bottom, from here we are going to build a step by step, like we want to do, we want to be as a team that we have been for many, many, many years in the last decade in England and in Europe.
Like, yeah, man, I'm not asking y'all to do these extraordinary things. I just need y'all to do what is asked of you. But also, it's so wild that Nunes, he's getting all this slack and all this hate this season, and he's second in the club with goal contributions, and he's playing all these positions. Pep obviously needs him and is relying on him, but also he's an easy like pinata because realistically, like I'm acknowledging, he doesn't have the wide skill set to do the things that he probably should be doing as a Manchester City player. But obviously what he has going for him, which is his athleticism, which is missing on the squad. And it's like you can't shoot the messenger. Like he's just trying to do his thing, but like he's just also being teed up to get, hit.
Okay.
It's bad.
Okay, so essentially, like one of the things that like we all said in the bar is that Nunes was playing the same role that we've seen Grealish play, which is essentially that left wing back position, where he is a little bit deeper than all of the other attacking players, and he still has room to go forward, right? I also heard a wonderful joke in the bar, which I don't think is wrong, and it made me laugh. If James McAtee's name was Jaime Macatino, we would be seeing him in the squad.
That's hilarious.
Like, I mean, I can't think of another reason, like why he would like. He could James McAtee could be playing some of those minutes in some of those positions that Matthias Nunes is. And for whatever reason, whatever he is not showing Pep, I don't know what it is in training, but it just seems like it's not happening for him.
I just want to make the point that through all the mistakes, at least he has an impact on the match. 27 has been better than 47, and it's not even close. Like Phil Foden has been so subpar, be it injuries, be it sickness, whatever. His year has been terrible. So at least when I look at Nunes, I'm like, okay, he's going to do something. Like you're going to see him driving, you're going to see him running, tracking back. Sorry, back a little too hard, we know, but like he is making things on the pitch happen. And him and Daku, they're the only engines that make things pop. Like Kev is a step slow. Like you could watch if you really watch Kevin De Bruyne try to get to certain balls, where even like his touch is off. like because it's rust, right? He's got to shake it off and play more in consistent minutes. So like you are just seeing most players. If Erling Haaland stands by a center back for another 15 minutes straight, I'm going to lose my mind. It's like he is allergic to the circle, Tom. I don't understand it.
Dog. It's like, why would you stand so close to the dude that's trying to defend you? And like
Hold on.
the only like good opportunity like it seemed like he had was that far post ball where he was matched up on Lisandro Martinez. It's like, I need you to do more of that. Like
pick a different player, or I don't know, maybe not stand close to Harry Maguire, who you can outrun with your like one leg tied together. Like I don't understand how you just stand near Harry Maguire. He is literally one of the slowest center backs in the Premier League. You are letting him off the hook. We've watched Harry Maguire be embarrassed by a false nine because he does not want to come out and you can run right past his ass. But no, you go stand and just say, I'm good. What up, bro? Like it just, and that might be tactics. It might be laziness, unable to read the game, thinking we're just gonna hit crosses. This is not FIFA. We're not just hitting square and just you dunk over people. Like this ain't bunny against those defenders in the WSL. Like the heights are there. Like they're big people too. Like so it's just like the lack of like tactical flexibility. It's Holland's a one-trick pony at this point.
And people
I expect greatness, and I'm seeing mid from
Yeah.
the two players who were so great last year. And
Yeah.
that's the problem. Your great players aren't being great. You were supposed to step up or ride you out. Ain't nobody
Oh
stepping
my
up, bro.
god. Oh my god, I just thought of their nicknames. Sticks and Stems.
I love it.
And oh my gosh, this is so. Oh, okay. And Doku, we'll just stay on the Holland situation. He's cooking. He is supplying. There are multiple balls that would like fizz cross, and like you said, Holland's trying to go far post to get the dunk on players when all you have to do is cut inside and with your left foot, like bink bink with your right, like he is setting you up, and also you as a striker should be able to adjust and score from any situation. You can definitely tell that he's sitting and waiting for whoever it is to feed him the best case scenario for him, whatever it is. But he also is very kind of like stagnant, and it's very hard to kind of anticipate. You know, he's going to run in. He's already running so fast. Do you think he's going to give you this like perfect high chip? He's at a crazy angle. No, it's going to be low and inside. You need to come in there and be banging it. Like, what are you doing? Like, treat this like it's hockey. Like, knock some motherfuckers over and just do a quick little like one touch past the keeper.
I think that we are currently in this season specifically, we are seeing all of the negative criticisms that Erling Haaland was taking when he was going to be transferred from Dortmund to Manchester City, when we heard that like, oh, he's not physical enough in the box, he's not going to make those near post runs, and you're seeing that, like, and I don't know if that's a I'm in Pep's system and this is how he wants me to play, or like, nah, that's not really my thing, and just lob it up to me and like I'll dunk on somebody. It's like, well, I can't always lob it up to you. Like I can't always like set you up for the dunk. Like sometimes you just have to take a layup, and it's gonna have to be okay. Like,
bro.
So I think to me in some ways, like, he has been more disappointing to me than Phil Foden, which is a wild statement to make, seeing as how he is like leading the league in goals scored. Like, but like still, like he's not moving the needle enough for me, I guess.
I'm with you. One of the things Pep did hint at maybe is through all of this trials and tribulations, he's learned that maybe we need a bigger squad.
In this calendar, then the season, there are more games than ever in terms of the Champions League and whatever, have more injuries than ever. And it made me reflect that today, maybe in this calendar, you need a squad for 25, 30 players. It will be more difficult financially for the club. But today, we're going to play the World Cup in summer, 3 weeks, start again the Premier League. And maybe we have to, to have more depth squad because...
And he's talking about strain on the club financially. They just made this giant video talking about all the success that they had financially, and what was it, like 757 million euros in profit. They're fine. You can bring in some players, my guy. We've been talking and hearing about this $250 million war chest for half a decade now. Like, what are we doing?
You know what? It's not going to matter how deep our squad is. Like, this is going to sound so sacrilegious, and like I'm just going to go ahead and say it, but like I hope we don't get out of the playoff. I hope that I honestly like don't even want us to be part of the top, like the playoff contention. I want us to completely crash out of Champions League. Like, then you're not worrying about, like, just like Charlie, what you were saying, when Liverpool was out of Champions League, they didn't have to worry about rotating their squad. Like, they could just play the squad that they had. Like, you're just gonna have one match a week for maybe two, depending on how well you do in the FA Cup. But the FA Cup, they're gonna pause, as a general rule, they're gonna pause league play for the FA Cup. So maybe not being in the Champions League this season is not the worst thing for this squad. Like, I do think that is like, especially like if we're gonna like go on the concept of health is wealth. Like, yeah, like we ain't got the bodies. Like, we've proven that we don't have the bodies. So, and like we don't have that 25, 30 player deep squad. So perhaps making them play a match every 3 days is not going to be in our best interest. So is crashing out of Champions League the worst possible thing that can happen in the 24-25 season? No. Is not making Champions League for the 25-26 season the worst possible thing that could happen? Yes. So maybe prioritize that as opposed to Champions League. And I know that is probably sacrilegious to any City fan to hear, but nah, Champions League is not. No.
I'm with Tom. I looked at the run-in, like the last 8 matches from like April 5th to the end of the season right now, and it's like there are only like 2 clubs that are like big name clubs, like the Derby for Manchester United at Old Trafford and a Villa match. The other ones are like all super winnable. Like, if we are healthy for the run-in, we'll get top 4. Like, that'll be like we can win at least 6 out of 8. I know that, but like you got to get there, right? And you got to figure it out. So hopefully that is going to happen. But I really am in a position, like, I don't want any signings in January. I know that sounds very crazy, but think about it. If it's not the business point of it, like, you're gonna be playing, like, we don't like to pay over the like what our valuations are, right? But right now, when it comes to supply and demand, you don't have any leverage. There's nothing you can do as Cheeky coming to the table saying, "Hey, we want to get Anthony Robinson." They're gonna give us 50 million. His valuation is like 30. But they could say, no, give us 50 or you keep suffering. Because he's our best attacker, basically, our best creator. So good luck. Like, everybody, it's a city tax this year. So like you honestly might want to wait out the storm, or in this case, the storm Dara, I guess, and like let it simmer down. So that way things are back to normal in the summer. When you have a natural things like, okay, everybody's available, contracts have run out, all these things. So I hope that we can just calm them. Like, we all want to go get 4 players in the January window. That shit ain't happening, bro. Just keep your hopes down. Low expectations, people.
I mean, I agree with Charlie. Like, we're gonna end up paying through the nose for any central defensive midfielder that we get, because of, like, clubs already know, like, oh, you missed Rodri real bad, don't you? You need this? Yeah, that's gonna be another 20 mil come up off that. It's like, oh, you want another center back? Oh yeah, there's gonna be another 10 mil on top of what you asked, like what their regular evaluation is. You don't have to come off that. Like, that's probably the worst possible outcome for City. Like, and we've been talking about how City's spent wisely. That's not gonna go into the bucket or category of spending your money wisely.
What it is would be United behavior. It would be panic buys. It would be not trusting the amazing foundation you've built to weather a terrible storm. It would be, getting rid of the facts if injuries are a thing, and like, players are coming back. Like, January will be better than December. Like, it naturally will be. Just like December actually has been better injury wise than November. Like, it's just taking a while to get there. But once it gets there, like, you heard Trent before this match. People still know things are possible. Nobody's out here in the PL like, oh, City's done for good. That's supporter talk. That's banter. The players and clubs know that, like, there's a sleeping giant waiting, because they see it. Like, it just takes a few things, and now you win game. You win game. You win game. That's all it is.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Actually, here's Pep in his inspiration bag.
Next game, I'm concerned. Do you your best when you write the article that in this press conference? Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. I don't know how many people read to you what you write. I don't know, but you want to do your best. I want to do my best. And when I'm doing my best in the good moments, we're happier. But when I write the next game, I'm concerned the same right now. What I have to do, what the lineup will be right, will be wrong. I do the same. So there is no human being that make an activity like they want to do it. It doesn't matter. The moment, sometimes, in the period you go through in the bad moments, in the bad times, you know that? But the problem, you have to keep working. But the problem is the bad moments. It's not you. It's the situation, but not you. You are fine. We are fine. But we don't have results, and we have to, of course, do it. But even if it's not going to do good results, we have to keep working. So that you have to do. It's the only chance.
Hi, Pep.
It's your only chance. Just keep working. It's not you. It's the situation. You'll get out of this. Thank you, Pep. Thank you.
This too shall pass.
Anything else before we get out of here? I know there's shock, awe, and applause, but fuck everybody. I'm not giving y'all saying nice things about y'all. Fuck y'all.
No, that's
yeah. Go ahead, Tom.
No, because I'm gonna give a team credit because they deserve it.
Okay.
Because it like kicked off a shitstorm of really weird.
That's I know where you're going. Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead. Go, Tom. Go ahead.
Shout out to Leicester City women for starting the weekend off by drawing Chelsea. It kind of sent a weird ripple effect through all of Europe in a lot of ways for this weekend. Like, so they drew Chelsea 1-1 at home, which, like, as the day progressed, we saw Atleti Femení lose to Real Betis. We saw Mainz beat Bayern, give Bayern their first loss. We saw whatever the fuck happened at Anfield between Fulham and Liverpool. That was just absolutely wild. Barcelona lost. just a whole bunch of very, very Arsenal got Sean Dyche to the highest degree. Like just a whole bunch of very odd results. And like I just think that like that was kind of the catalyst for a lot of it. So I do want to shout out Leicester City women for starting off the weekend real weird.
To your point, what I just noticed was a trend of all those teams that either lost or drew. Big favorites, Champions League club, matches every 3 days. There's some combination right now of like dead legs and like being tired mentally. Because you would never be like, oh, Mainz is beating Bayern. Like that's crazy. Right. But coming off a Champions League week where it was like a hard midweek, which is the team I'm gonna talk about, like I just think this is just one of those times you caught people at the right time. Because we know like on the return leg, like all these clubs will probably win. But I will say, I've never hated American. I haven't hated Americans more than when Weah and McKinney connected since the November 5th election. Like I detested those two Americans. I was like, wow, they did it to us. Like it felt like a MAGA goal. I was like, I hate y'all niggas. Like literally. Y'all might as well be black Republicans to me. I can't stand you. That was like Tim Scott kicking a ball to like that big nigga from North Carolina, Mark Robinson. Like that's what it was.
Oh God damn.
Tested them. Never hated black people more, bro. How dare you do this to the club I love? How dare you? Both subs combined within 5 minutes. Oh God, must be nice. That's but shout out to the black man, dog. Y'all, I'm just jokes. That was a great play, great goal by Weston, great setup. This sucks that happened against our team, and I'm glad we didn't even talk about it till now. So yeah, Crunk, where can you find us, Crunk?
Oh, actually, you know what? That's crazy because they drew Juventus actually drew Venezia this week, and Venezia is bottom of the table.
Wow. That's what
Dead
you get.
legs, bro. Champions League took everything out of everybody, dog. It is a terrible, terrible event.
Crazy.
We already won one. I don't need it no more. I'm good.
Find us on Instagram, Blue Sky, at Shades of Blue and W. On Blue Sky, you can find us at shadesofblueandw.com. We're on TikTok, but you know they're making that might be gone soon. And
they making TikTok illegal over here in the United States. If I don't know what they doing over there in the UK, but they making that shit illegal. They said no. They told Apple and Google get that shit off by January 18th.
And I've been seeing a giant like push about theirs, and it might even be January 18th where a bunch of people are supposed to leave Twitter, like another giant mass exodus. So that'll be interesting to see if that picks up or anything. Yeah, just come and join us at Blue Sky. I would join the homie Giordi Dreads on his Monday live stream. I was with the Liverpool, Man United, and Arsenal fan. And big ups to all them. Giordi, obviously Dreads. He's a Newcastle supporter. And it was a fun chat, and so I wanted to give him a shout out. Hopefully, we'll be working with him some more when you'll see him for the Newcastle match. Rate, review, 5 stars. What's the point? Say something nice about the pod. Share us to another City fan that you know of. Tag us on your Instagram. Like, be like, now listening at Shades of Blue. That would be really cool. All those other things. We're building 2025. We're making some changes to the pod. So in the next couple of weeks, stay tuned. Positive things. We're cooking, baby. Thom Bomb, Sharpie, we'll start with you. Let people know where they can find you.
Sharpie Charlie on Blue Sky. Thom, what about you?
If you are interested in hearing more about the Women's Super League, aka the highest division of women's football in England, please follow the 12. That is the 12 at the 12, spelled out WSL, on Blue Sky. You can also find us where any fine podcasts are ascertained.
Let's go. And you know the odds.
Nascent to ascertain, my guy.
So sometimes I really don't even like realize that I'm doing it. It's like, oh, that was another big word. I forgot about that.
Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. Love it. Keep doing it. Doing your thing. But until then, Shady Gang, we'll see you soon. New shows coming out sometime soon. You know the vibes. Shady Gang, Shady Gang, Shady Gang. City till we die, baby.